£2.5 billion turnover. They've got 10,000 staff. Please welcome Solutions Director of Computacenter, Pierre.
Morning.
Hi Pierre, how are you?
Morning, Jane. Good, thanks.
So, what did you think of that? Is that any good?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Right, resounding success. Excellent. Okay. Now you work at the sharp end of things because actually Microsoft don't really sell a whole bunch to like real people. You do. You have to go out and sell this stuff and actually get somebody paid for it. What are your customers looking for in terms of productivity?
So I think I've been running the end user solutions business for a few years now, and I think many folks in this room, our customers are having a pretty tough time. There's still a tough market out there, and that manifests itself into really two opportunities. One is to take some cost out. There's a lot of legacy infrastructure, it's quite costly to run, so there's an OPEX saving there. And the second one is to improve the efficiency of their most important asset, which is their people. So we took the opportunity last year to refresh our proposition. We called it Flexible Workplace, and we go to market in the sense that we're trying to help our customers achieve those aims.
So are you having a business conversation or a technology conversation?
I think it's a bit both, actually. I think certainly when it comes down to money, which is what most of our customers want to see the saving in, and what we want to earn actually is probably business to start. But what we're trying to do is actually deliver a solution that actually meets their needs. And you've got to understand that. So, frankly, if you can't understand the business drivers, you're not really going to get a solution that hits the mark.
What have been some of your kind of latest, greatest wins? What are you happiest about, and what's put food on the table for you?
Yeah, I think we were quite early to market with Windows 7. Actually, we were a technology adoption partner ourselves, so we deployed internally at Computacenter. So by the time it launched,
what difference did that make?
Well, it created advocates out of our sales force. Actually, it gave me quite a stressful time because I did it at a sales conference like this. Actually, we decided to put our money where our mouth was and do the proposition to the team, and upgraded 400 people over a 2-day event. So. But what it did for me is it created advocates that walked out the door, they could sit in front of customers, and when the customer asked them how's it working for you, they could just show them. So actually that's pretty powerful. What was the second part of the question?
The question was, have you sold any of this to any big
people?
Sorry,
so
and
yeah.
made some money? Remember what you're in business for.
So actually, so what was good about that?
You have made some money this year, haven't you?
We've done a few. Yeah, we've done a few. We actually won a really big enterprise deal about a week after Windows 7 launch, which was Marks & Spencer in the UK. So that's been a good project. It's been a good learning ground for us. We worked with Microsoft Consulting Services. We found some issues, but we managed the estate so we could work through that. But we've managed to deploy Office 2010 and the desktop platform, which is a foundation for them to move forward on. So that was an early one. The other one, I think I look back now, which at the time probably didn't realise just how progressive it was Severn Trent Water. So.
What do you do for them?
Well, they're a utility company, and they have Tony Ray, their CEO. So they're a FTSE 100 company. They're completely re-engineering their business, and they wanted a completely new workplace environment for their staff. They have a brand new green-rated building in Coventry. They were moving in, so they took the opportunity to completely re-engineer that. And the worst thing you can call these things are desktop projects, because there was 14 strands of infrastructure. We did everything from Windows Server, it was SQL, it was Exchange to Notes to Exchange migration. We had SharePoint, OCS at the time, Windows 7, App V, System Center Configuration Manager, Ops Manager.
Boy, you sold the stack, didn't you?
Yeah, we sold them everything. Yeah, exactly. So and then we sprung that up, and we put some virtualization in there as well, and they can get that from any one of the 52 offices in the UK. They can get it from home, they can get it in the field. And it's an excellent project. It's really, they're getting the gain, they're getting the cost saving, and ultimately they're meeting their business aims.
I actually got a quote from them. They just say that the IT transformation has enabled a step change in our working practices. By embracing new technologies, we can also improve the quality and delivery of customer services, which supports the company's goal of higher standards, lower charges, and great people. In other words, being the best. That's their CIO. Severn Trent Water.
Yeah, so they shared with us their business strategy pretty early on. So I'm really pleased for them, because they actually won Utility of the Year last year, and if you look at their earnings ratio, the FTSE 100, it's moving up really well. So so it was a fundamental building block of their core business strategy actually. And as an IT provider, an infrastructure provider, you don't normally sort of relate yourself to that type of level. So he's been a great advocate for us now, and he's talking to all his clients, our clients. We're rolling customers through there. They can see the change. I've got colleagues who have gone back into the building after working with them years before, and it's just a different environment. So yeah, I think if I look back, that's probably what I'm probably most proud of.
So in terms of productivity, what have they, it's totally transformed their business. Has it transformed your business though, in the sense that, you know, you were talking about cloud here, but there's not a lot of cloud technology from what I can understand in what you've done in that deployment?
No, well, I think our approach to cloud is pretty much pretty pragmatic. I think I've heard a phrase throughout this week, which is cloud on your terms, and that's pretty much how we go to market with customers. In that scenario, those scenarios, particularly Severn Trent, that wasn't right. They have, they're all, I don't know how their CIO slept in that, but he was rolling out a brand new ERP system at the same time, and we were basically, the infrastructure was really tightly coupled. So, you know, for them, it wasn't the right choice. So effectively, you know, we didn't make that recommendation, but there are others where we are moving forward on that basis.
You've created a platform where they can then take the next step.
I think that's a critical thing with the client actually. What they don't want to do is make investment decisions that preclude them from, you know, moving forward in the future. So you've got, yeah, you've got to take them through, you know, the options, understand. You've got to understand what the requirements are, but you also need to make sure that, you know, they're comfortable about the decisions they're making now, that they don't have to make, you know, these big, you know, forklift upgrades in the future, and they can take the steps they need to take. So, you know, we try and help them that journey really.
Just one question for you, James, because I mean, you've probably spoken to about 1,000 people in the last couple of months. What is the kind of one big productivity, the message that we want people to kind of leave with today?
I think the point that's being made here is that, you know, we talk a lot about the cloud, but there's a broader consideration. Yeah, the customer's becoming more cloud-centric about how they look at IT. The presentations around how everything is changing. So this is how to actually manage the devices that are going to connect to that infrastructure, how to actually you know, manage the deployment of software across multiple devices, people using more and more devices. This is to actually enable people to be productive and focus on what they're doing, not focusing on the IT all the time. So it's really about embracing the whole infrastructure change that then enables the customer to then take the cloud into their business, stay on their terms, but there is some preparation that we need to do to help the customer get there.
So it's okay if you're not all in?
Well, you're still going to be all in, guys. Let's just not kid ourselves, but it's going to be over a period of time.
Okay, any questions, any thoughts? Anybody want to ask questions of James or Pierre? Everyone's been quiet this morning, aren't they? This is very...
They're probably feeling like
I think, you know, it's day 4, isn't it? Let's face it. Okay, we're going to let you guys go. Thank you very much.
Thank
Real
you.
pleasure. Thank you. Okay, so the next area that Barry talked about was touching on business efficiency.